So I've decided, I've convinced myself after like 17 hours of trying to figure out if I was gonna do this or not, I'm gonna bag my car today. It took me a long time to decide if I was actually doing it today, just because, I don't know, I'm lazy. But yeah, so this thing is finally gonna get bagged. So the car's on jack stands. That's kind of first thing you want to do. I'm clearing out my trunk now, just so that I can kind of have access to the battery. And then I'm going to be doing a wood setup, so this whole thing has to come out, like the trunk carpet, as well as the spare tires coming out, because I'm actually going to hide the compressor down in here, just to kind of make everything look a little bit cleaner. What'd you say? Yeah. Alright, so trunk is clear. Now we gotta get ready to do the rest of this shit, but I kind of just mentioned it before, I'm actually gonna be doing an airlift 3P management system. I got this one secondhand off of my boy Bailey. Shout out to him, thank you for this shit. The struts and stuff I did get brand new from Airlift. So things are clean. Alright, time to take a break. I have gotten started, but I jacked it up. We got some tacos de lengua, some tacos de bistec.
Vamos activos, mi gente. Esto se llama improvisado. Ustedes no saben de eso todavía porque ustedes no fueron a la escuela para eso. Ya se acabó. Córtalo ahí.
Alright, so Sego, ¿qué estamos haciendo hoy?
Él le vamos a meter el sprint cortado. Eso se llama sprint cut springs. Ahí.
Cut springs are the way to go, man. I mean, we're about to be here all day, man.
Alright, so all the wheels are off. The next step is going to be to take all the struts out. These shits are pretty easy on e36s. It's literally just the 3 bolts up top. And then inside here, there's like 2 bolts on the hub. Well, I think it's 3 total. There's the 1 big bolt and then there's 2 smaller bolts down here. I'm gonna take the struts out and put all the actual suspension components on while my brother is going to help me build the trunk setup. It's gonna be made of this bamboo. I wanted something that would look like classy, but also I guess be a little bit different. That is real bamboo. It should stick heavy. And yeah, so I'm gonna start doing that shit.
Our bro made an oopsie. He cut the wire to the circular saw with the circular saw. Feeling stupid, huh? Stupid.
That was him.
All right, so my brother, what he's doing now is he's basically making the floor panel for the back. We're using a MDF board just because it's a little bit lighter than plywood. And he's gonna basically use the trunk carpet to pretty much make the shape and then cut it with the jigsaw. Yo, how do I know which one's which?
Mira, cabrón. Ahí dice front right.
Front right? That's front rear.
Oh, pues, middle.
All right, so one bag is basically done. The front rear is done. So all I really need to do is run the airline to it, and yeah, this one's ready. We'll see how far it drops on the stock setting, and then depending how much it drops, I'll probably drop it some more. I don't know, we'll see. 7 hours later. My brother's almost done the rear. Traced it with the trunk carpet and pretty much made this mold. The front, the front strut and bag is done. The rear, one of the rear bags is done. I'm gonna install the other rear bag and then probably start running airline. One of the things that I kind of wanted to warn people about was this thing here. So this is a tool. It's kind of just this piece, but this thing is kind of stuck inside of the 14 mil. But there are some rivets that go into the actual body that you're gonna have to drill a hole for. With this. You wanna make sure you don't drill a hole too big, because if you do, the rivet won't actually work the right way. So just make sure you drill just to where you need it for the rivet, and that's pretty much, you'll be good to go. So this rivet here goes into the actual chassis of the car. You have to make a hole for this to fit in there. When you put this like, I don't know if you could probably see it. In there, there's some threads. This threads into it. Once you make that hole into the actual chassis where the spring originally sits in, this pretty much gets pushed in, and then as you thread it in, you hold this one in with one wrench, and then with the other wrench, you basically expand it. That kind of lets it get stuck in the chassis. But if you drill a hole too big, it'll end up not holding inside of the chassis, and you don't want that, because when you're like hitting bumps and shit, it'll end up just popping out. So just make sure you don't drill it out too big. That's kind of like one of the concerns I want people to watch out for. Aside from that, it's pretty straightforward. The bag threads into the chassis once you put this in. You have the arm, the bag sits on top of that, and then the bag itself has like a little thread that sits through the hole where the spring normally goes. And then they give you this kind of like lock collar that goes on the bottom. You twist that on and it basically locks the bag into the chassis. That way, whenever you hit bumps and shit, it's not like falling out or whatever. It's 12 o'clock now. 7 hours later. It's like, nah, it's barely like 9:30.
It's like 11 p.m.
I mean, it's dark outside.
It's gotta be 10 o'clock.
All the bags are, they're installed, they're done right. The only thing
They're done right.
the only thing that we have to do now is kind of like do the wiring. We have to run the airline. All the fittings are on the actual bags already. On this, which is what my brother's doing, he's basically making the back panel for where the compressor and shit's gonna go. We're gonna be using Gorilla Glue, or Gorilla heavy duty Gorilla adhesive. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna lay some down on the first one, and then he's gonna clamp it down, and he's gonna do the rest of them. For this thing, just to make sure it was straight, we kind of just did one test piece, and we put it in the trunk to see if it was straight. Since it is straight, we marked it on both sides, and we're basically just gonna clamp it down on there and do the rest of them. So you can see it's kind of marked. Since we have it marked here where we said, we're basically just gonna trace that and put a good amount of adhesive there. I thought it'd be clear. I did too at first, but fuck, it's okay. Just kind of do a couple. Kind of block. It's okay. There. Once it's lined up and perfectly even how we had it before, he's gonna pretty much clamp it down to make it adhere to it. At this point, everything is wired up. I try to make it as clean as possible, but I haven't put the actual board in yet. I kind of just want to test to see if everything works properly. I mounted kind of like the relay here, just so that it's on the plastic and not on the metal. All the lines are ran through the car. I'll probably end up doing something to grommet this or something. I don't know yet. But the manifold is pretty much bolted down. It's gonna be covered. You're not gonna see it. The only thing you're really gonna see is gonna be the compressor and the tank. The wiring to the controller is already ran through the front, and everything is pretty pretty much connected to the battery already, including the compressor. First try. Let's hope this shit works on the very first try. It probably won't because I installed it, but we'll try. Remote's plugged in. Now we do this side. Damn, I'm breathing hard as shit. I'm fat. All right, let's see. Oh shit! Oh shit! Fuel. All right, so our PSI is going up. And she runs downstairs. Damn. All right, y'all ready?
Oh. Oh shit. Damn. Yeah, you were outside the car, that's why.
Yo, I'm really hard as shit. Damn. Not just need my bro, this is sick as hell.
That rear fitment is crazy.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Are you shy?
Yeah.
Why? Alright, so Ja is installing my M3 bumper. The car's already bagged at this point. He's gonna change the ugly factory bumper to this beautiful M3 rep bumper. Alright, Ja, talk to me. What'd you have to do to take this bumper off?
We had some 8 mils in the fender liner over here. Come on over. Come on over.
Show you that real quick.
We had an 8 mil right here. If you can see the hole. Yeah, that hole. And then the front bumper, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 millimeters. Then you go drop the bumper carefully, then you go disconnect the fog lights, and you go carefully carry it away.
Word. Alright, so Ja's actually doing my bumper install just because I'm lazy as shit and I'm actually taking this week off. So I'm not doing anything, and yeah, that's basically it. How do you feel?
Yo, I feel great. We got the car running. It's lower, it got more camber. The bumper's on. Yo, look at the bumper. Yo, that's fucking sick.
All right, so yeah, the M3 bumper's on, and I lowered the bags so that it could tuck the front wheels, because before it was fender to lip. Now it is tucking all the way around. This shit looks crazy. Yeah, still got some more shit to do. Like, I still have to replace this nose panel because it's dented in. And then once my other wheels get here, I'll probably do some more adjustment because this thing definitely needs an alignment. It's like, what is it, positive toe? Like the wheels pretty much stick out. That shit looks crazy. And then the back tucks it as well. This thing is almost done for the most part. And then eventually, I think I'm actually gonna repaint the rear quarters, both of them. That's how the car sits now. I don't know, is that it? Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's it for now.